Hey, we are live. Here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tuesday, November 26th, 2019.
Wait, what's today?
What's today? Tuesday?
26th?
Is it Tuesday?
Yeah,
It's
he's
Tuesday,
right.
yeah.
Right? Is that why I'm sitting on this couch?
Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. No, it's not. Thursday is Thanksgiving. Aren't you excited?
I am not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
Was totally under the impression that tomorrow was Thanksgiving.
Oof. That's a big oof. Well,
Now I got to figure out what to eat for dinner tomorrow.
yeah, it's not figured out. Now you got to...
Yeah, because I was planning on dying.
Well, folks, speaking of dying, it's 4 p.m. East Coast time here on the East Coast in New York. Which means
East Coast time here on the East Coast.
Yeah, you know it. So with that, it's Game Ranks Live, where we talk about the games we've been playing, the latest news. We talk to some of you guys and just generally have a nice time. I'm Jake Baldino. I'm joined as always by...
Hello.
I'm joined by Hello. And
Andrew Gambia. Sorry. I'm thinking about how I'm not eating Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow.
Over here in the corner, I'm joined by the engineer, the king, the champ, Tom Johnson.
Hello.
Hello. Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
You know, he just got a General Kenobi. Sorry, he's technically Commander Kenobi, right? The action figure you got?
Yeah.
It's a nice figure. He has a fucked up
dope.
lip,
Shout out to
but he's really good.
Wumpums from the BCVG
Yeah.
Discord. Thanks for the
He's got a
hookup.
fuck up lip, but that has nothing to do with anything Wumpums did. That's just the figure itself.
No, he sculpted it himself, so thanks.
You know the way the whole Obi-Wan Kenobi meme is like, there's like hello there. Like that's like his thing, and like in the old one it was hello there. I always also think of John Hammond with his clone, and he's like hello there. like hello John. Hello John. Anyway, that's how my brain works. How you guys doing?
Doing all right.
Yeah?
Doing okay.
That's it? That's all you got?
I got nothing else.
Video games are they're pretty much done coming out.
Yes, for the most part.
I finished Fallen Order.
It's good, right?
It's a very good Star Wars video game / story.
Yeah, I
I'm
like that
getting
shit a
there.
lot.
Looking forward to finishing that.
Hurry up and beat it, because I think tomorrow we're going to record Glitches.
All right.
So-
I will go home and I'll play it.
Are you going to?
Yeah.
You touched your nose as you said
I
that.
had
Was that
an
a
itch.
lie? Is that a
No.
fib? I don't know.
No, I'd rather do that than I have a very daunting Death Stranding delivery to make, so I am putting it off for as long as possible.
Yeah, put that shit on the side. Just beat this game.
But then
real quick,
Iron
so it'll be-
Banner's back.
Not that hard, man. Just drive. Do what I did.
Brute
I told
force
you, just
it.
brute force your way up that hill. Yeah.
Shove that motorcycle up that mountain. That's what she said. Anyway. You know what I've been playing that I should have told you?
What?
The Terminator game.
Okay, tell me about the Terminator game,
Okay,
which I heard
so
is bad.
The company that made the Rambo game, the last Rambo game that was like an on-rails.
The rail shooter.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, Jake came in and he had brought his laptop in midday, and I'm like, that only means that he's using the office internet to download a game.
Yep.
That's all it means.
That's true.
And I go to him like, what the fuck could you possibly be buying? And he goes, I came up with an idea to make a video based on the Terminator game.
Oh, did that happen?
Yeah. Just on Facebook. We didn't put it
that's-
as like a full video. It was just like a quick.
All right.
I couldn't like
That's
come
why I
up with
won't get
more
to
than
see
5 minutes worth, so it was just for Facebook.
How was it?
Interesting. I was I had a very limited time to play it and then come up with something, but ultimately, like, it's way better than their last game, but it's still kind of like bleh.
I heard the T-800s don't pop up until like the end,
They pop up in the beginning and then they don't pop up for a while.
and then I heard there's really weird, awkward sex scenes.
Yes.
Sorry to
there are.
interrupt, but we got our first super chat
Hey!
from Dylan Chu, who says, Jake Baldino is my dad. So is there anything you want to tell us, Jake?
I am a terrible father and I hate babies. I literally hate
Yeah,
babies.
you hate Baby Yoda. You hate babies in
I don't
general.
hate Baby Yoda. I was just making fun of Twitter, or just getting Twitter mad because I hate it. Yeah, no, I like Baby Yoda.
Jake, you're
I don't
becoming
like
the
real
one
babies.
thing you
Yeah.
you swore
no.
to.
If anything, I like Baby Yoda more than I like human babies. Seeing Baby Yoda made me go, maybe I should rethink this whole I hate babies thing. And then, upon reflection, I still hate babies. So
What if we paint every baby green though?
every baby will not look like Baby Yoda at all. They'll all look like little tiny Jim Carrey the masks.
Okay, and now
Especially 'cause they're
my
bald.
next question is that actually a problem? Because
No.
what do you love?
No,
what's
no.
one thing you love just as much as Baby Yoda?
Jim Carrey's the mask.
I mean, we all wear masks.
How you feel about Son of the
Meta-
Mask?
Metaphorically speaking.
Son of the Mask? Is that with Jamie Kennedy?
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, that movie
ruined everything.
sucks.
That ruined everything.
With the Mask animated series.
Who wore it in that? He did? Oh no, the baby did.
Yeah.
He did. Didn't something like a hamster or something wear it too? This isn't video games. I'm sorry.
So the Terminator game, which sorry, we don't have footage for it.
Yeah.
Because Jake forgot to tell me until he literally told me on this show.
Yeah, sorry. So it's actually not terrible. It's just kind of average, but it's like a good Terminator thing, and like an average to kind of bad game.
Would you rather play that or that World War III game we played earlier this year?
I did not like that game.
I didn't hate that game.
I remember our group
but I was
session
really
for
mad
that
about
was
playing that.
fucking miserable.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, this had some decent Terminator fan service throughout. It's also the first thing besides Terminator 1 and 2 that I think actually did a good job of like showing the future war. Like it's very like there's daytime scenes, but like the nighttime scenes are like bombed out Los Angeles. There's hunter killers flying around. There's skulls everywhere. What is with the skull thing? Like, why is it just skulls everywhere?
Everybody's dead.
But just their skulls like pile up.
Yeah.
Remember in
They eat the robots eat everything else. They eat every other bone.
Remember Man of Steel? When what?
What happened to Man of Steel?
We got some good super chats. We got one from Emmanuel Alejandro. Thank you for the support. We got Dylan Blood who says 10-second inhale, and then Jake just goes, so it's not terrible.
Yeah.
Then we got Otter Streaming who says he tries to hang out every week. Thank you. Keep it up, lads. Also, you guys should give WoW a go. He started playing for the first time since 12, and it's still great. Yo, I've been thinking about it a lot. I get into a dumb game. Like, I try and play an MMO like once a year. Like last year, it was Elder Scrolls Online I played. This year I might
come back and join me in the secret world.
Yeah, when
I've
I
just
see you guys,
accepted that it's never going to work.
When we come back for our first January live show after I've been Howard Hughesing it for 2 weeks.
Hell yeah.
In my place, playing WoW, then we'll have a real discussion. But yeah, Terminator, not the worst thing you ever played.
As well as Emmanuel Alejandro, thank you for that. He says, will Disney have faith for EA with Fallen Order? I don't know for sure, but it's funny that you ask that because I should just bring up our first story, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything else to talk about?
Did anybody play?
Or should we do xCloud?
Yeah, so you guys
we played
xCloud
with
something. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I want to hear about it.
It was a good segue.
Yeah.
So I will say thank you for the super chat. We'll talk about that in a couple of minutes.
Yes.
Week 2 of talking about video game streaming on this thing.
Yeah.
Update on Stadia. Has anyone messed with it since our last discussion?
Yeah.
I've messed with it a lot. Still cannot get Destiny to run.
Which is funny because remember we were playing it on my browser here and it was running totally fine except that one hiccup.
Yeah.
I'm working on
and like the input lag also wasn't like
I'm using a Nighthawk router. I was
also using a Nighthawk
router. That sweet FiOS internet.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
The problem is I've noticed is that it's not it's inconsistent, and it's not inconsistent because of inconsistent networks. It just seems to be inconsistent with the service. Yeah, exactly. Which is like, what the fuck?
And I'm still convinced. I think I said it last week, but I'm convinced that the Destiny 2 runs especially bad because you're connecting to the Stadia server, and the Stadia server also has to connect to the Destiny server.
Yeah, which makes sense.
So it's like 2 layers of abstraction.
Yeah. Yo, when I was playing Destiny Stadia, I tried getting into a Gambit match, and after like 10 minutes, I just gave up. And I'm like, there's no one.
It is weird
there's no
running
one
around the moon and seeing like 2 other people.
Yeah, it's like there's nobody playing.
It's like a ghost town.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool in that way.
Yeah, it is, but it's also like, it sucks.
But I want to play the game.
Yeah, I'm like halfway to maxing out my Gambit rank for Delirium, and I'm like, come on, I'm just trying to get in.
But Lost in Space TK says Stadia is just a money grab, nothing else. Honestly, what seems like a money grab for me, and I don't throw that term around a lot, what does seem like what bothered me the most was that like your Stadia Pro subscription is essentially buying you
like nothing 4K
HDR. Yet Digital Foundry and a lot of places have come out and said basically Google kind of misled because none of the games are actually any true 4K at all, like whatsoever.
Once again, I'll come back to it in a few months, see what's up. Like I
agree, Slen182, 100%.
What's he say? Having to pay for 4K is real shitty.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah, their pricing model is all whacked, I think.
xCloud.
Yes.
So here's I want to throw a disclaimer out right off the bat. It's not even like preference to Xbox or anything like that. I think it's preference to the idea of Sony and Microsoft. Their approach is very different than Google's, where Google's trying to direct monetize as a new product, where PlayStation and Xbox is like, here's this extra thing that might help you out how you play games if you like to stream.
Well, the thing is, like, Google's breaking eggs trying to make an omelet, and they're trying to make you pay for it along the way.
Yeah.
They're like, this is a service, pay for my broken eggs. I haven't figured out the omelet yet, but we'll get there. Whereas Google Stadia is like, hey, try this thing I'm making.
Yeah.
Not Google. xCloud is like, hey, try this thing, because like it's right off the bat, you just have all these games in it.
Yeah.
I think there's something like 25 games, something like that. There's not the full 50 yet.
Like new ones too. That what's that? West of Dead.
West of Dead's on there.
Yeah.
The game that was announced at EXO, we were there.
Yeah.
What did you play on it? I'm just gonna run some Xbox footage.
I bopped around. Yeah, show some gameplay.
So I played around Forza.
I did bop around with Forza. I put on Devil May Cry.
Wait, real quick. This is just recorded.
This is just regular footage. Yeah, like I couldn't get recording in time.
Just making sure.
To be fair, it looked like this on my phone. I had it running on an Android phone.
What were you running? Just so people know, like you were running a newer phone. You were running a
Pixel 3.
Pixel 3. I was using an old OnePlus 3T.
Mm-hmm. That's a couple years old, right?
That's like 3 years old.
What are we on now? OnePlus 5?
7.
7.
7S, 7T, something like that. I don't fucking know.
So, but you still have like a basic Snapdragon processor in that?
Yeah. No, it was a good phone at the time. And it still holds up.
Yeah.
But it's nowhere near like how the Stadia requires pixels or anything like that.
Right.
Like, so I'm running an old phone. I had a fairly good experience with it. Like, sorry to dominate this conversation at the start. But
please do.
Yeah, I want to hear
so
about
what
it.
I was in a group chat with some friends who were asking questions about it, and the thing with my experience on my home network with Stadia was the input lag was bad a lot of the time, and I couldn't play games. Whereas with the xCloud thing, even when it would say like your connection's bad and all that stuff, the visual fidelity would go down, but I was still able to play it.
Yeah.
But the majority of the time, like it didn't get too framey. And I was still always able to play the game.
And that's key, right? I mean...
Yeah, and then like I get that wave, like you get this effect of it just refreshing vertically, and then it would be back where it was.
Okay.
That happened a lot with Forza.
Which that was a little freaky, like seeing that refresh thing.
It was weird.
That's a little jarring, I will say.
Yeah, so what's your experience with it?
I would say like seeing them both at their best. I was able to get Stadia at its best at points, and I was able to get xCloud at its best at points. It seems like the response is a little better on Stadia. Maybe they just have more money and technology behind it. But I think the overall performance and reliability so far has been with xCloud, and they're not asking for any money, and it's just kind of like a thing.
Yeah. Like I played the first mission of Halo 5 Guardians, which like the game is whatever, but it still looks pretty nice. And my brother was looking at me playing. He's like, did you like download this stuff? I'm like, no, it's just streaming from a server. And he was like dumbfounded.
Yeah, it's cool. Barrett Boy 2 says, do not buy Stadia in all caps. I think most people know that by now. We didn't actually buy it. We reviewed it. But
no one should buy that right now.
No, I gave that a hard do not recommend.
Yeah.
ZJSSH says in Stadia you have to pay for the games. Yes, that's a common misconception. There is a store and you have to buy the games. What I like about what Stadia is doing is that what I like about what xCloud is doing is that's not the case.
What's wild is I booted up yesterday when you were out for the first half of the day, but I was showing Andrew when I was messing around with it, and I booted up a couple games, and I booted up Tomb Raider because we played that with Stadia, and I was like, hey, check this out. And he's like, oh, well, it already looks better, and also it just pulled my save from the console. So it was like end game save, all your stuff is right there, and all that progression just carried over.
Yeah, which is how it should work, because I feel like it really needs to be just like an accessory to your experience.
Yeah.
Because I'm not looking to just have all my shit in the cloud, but I'd like to be able to access it when I would like to.
That's the downside to Stadia, right? Is that they're trying to make it a platform and not like just another way to play the stuff you're already playing.
We got Rain Cloud who super chatted, and he said, I am happy with my Stadia purchase.
Cool.
And you know what? That's cool, dude.
If it works for you,
also,
by all means.
Whatever, dude. If you're happy, I don't that's cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna shit on you.
I'm glad that you feel like you're getting your money's worth. That's great.
Dylan Shu in the super chat. Thank you, dude. He says streaming games won't be as good as the real thing. Maybe until 5G technology is in consumer hands. Wait a few years. Yeah, I guess because there's in some places where internet is really bad, it's like some people have faster phone cellular connection than they do home internet connection.
Yeah, 5G is going to make a big deal, a difference.
Yeah, so we'll see with the way things are going with current
we got
federal communication stuff.
Yeah, we got a super chat from Digital Kid. Thank you for your concern, but I looked over it before we started the show, and we're pretty good for that. He was worried about like, oh, is this NDA'd? I'm like, nah, I checked over the email.
Yeah,
I looked at other YouTubers to see what they were posting.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, but thank you for your concern. Like that, I do appreciate it. But yeah, I do think it's cool. Like, it's not something I'm never gonna go like, oh, I'm going to go home and play this game on xCloud. But like, if someone's using the TV, or if like
you're traveling too.
Yeah, like if when we're like at E3 and I'm like in my room and I just want to play a game, like that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody asked in the chat,
which I think is how these services need to be. Just needs to be that supplemental, like, hey, I'm not home or I can't play the normal way.
Has to be just another way to play.
Yeah.
In the sense, like on top of how you already play, not Stadia, where it's like this is like a new way to play, but exclusively here.
Well,
you know
I mean,
what I mean?
they were onto something with remote play. I love the shit out of remote play. I don't use it as much as I used to.
Oh, I still mess with the PS4 remote play.
Yeah, I mess with it now that like ever since you got that iPad, right?
Yeah, but even before that, like I would mess with it at work.
I hope that they double down on
downtime.
That. Like I hope they just really double down and strengthen that and make that even better.
Yeah, no, because like playing, I was playing Death Stranding on my iPad at the office last week with
which is so weird to say.
Yeah, with remote play, and it like totally fine and playable until like something big happened, and then it couldn't really handle itself anymore.
Yeah.
But as long as I was just kind of like messing around and not doing anything crazy, like totally playable. Totally fine.
The Jigmeyer in the chat says, guy on the couch looks like he smells like smoked Gouda.
I think that smells pretty good.
That's a very nice thing to say.
I guess thank you. Yeah,
that's great. Good for you.
Yeah. I do love Gouda.
Yeah, Gouda's good.
Not as good as Brie.
Manic the Plumber says, who's that guy with the big beard and the stupid Stadia ads?
For real.
That's
the $1 million question.
That's comedian, what's his name? Reggie Watts.
Oh, that's Reggie Watts?
Yes,
how the fuck did I notice that?
Because, I don't know.
His hair and his beard just
I only
got
watched
bigger.
it in like I put it in that dumb corner view because I didn't want to pay full attention to an ad.
You can force that stuff a little bit, but you can't really force it. Like that type of comedy, that type of stuff. Anuna Moose, thank you for the super chat. Favorite game to release in 2019? I don't think we're there yet to have that conversation.
Yeah, no,
we're still mulling that about internally.
No, yeah, but we are going to have, I know last year we did one of these at the end of the year. We just talked about that. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Thank you, John, in the chat. Appreciate that.
But yeah, we're actually still milling about. Like I was actually going to talk to you guys about that after we wrapped this show.
Oh. Uh-oh. Are we in trouble?
No.
Tom, are we in trouble?
I already talked to Andrew about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yesterday, but you weren't here.
Where was I?
You were
I was at a funeral.
Looking at dead people or something.
Yeah, I see dead people. All right, any last words on streaming stuff as of right now? I think we need to do a big blowout video eventually where it's like
I think
streaming wars.
Ultimately, the way I feel about it is how I've said multiple times, which is like it's interesting to see the implementation, and I look forward to coming back in a few months to seeing how that has improved.
Yeah.
Or completely gone off a cliff. It could go either way.
Yeah, I mean, my thing with the end of the before you buy for Google Stadia was like some of the stuff here, especially the browser stuff, and like the ability to click a link and then just suddenly be playing a game. That's exciting. They just have to get to that point.
It feels like you're in the future.
I also just don't want to pay Google $60 for a game that came out like a year ago.
Yeah.
You don't want to pay
sorry, Google.
$60 for a game that last Black Friday was $20.
Yeah, sorry, Google. Eat my ass. I say that as I'm on YouTube, their platform. Anyway, sorry, guys. Oh, boy. All right.
Oh, sorry. So I just want to catch up with some of these chats because one of them is very interesting before we move on to the next segment.
Yeah.
We have... Got some from Arrow Live Gaming, Digital Kid from before. Rain Cloud said they're very impressed with xCloud as well.
Nice, dude. Yeah, I saw that.
Arrow Live says that they're all for digital gaming as they're digital in their house, but they don't like the streaming stuff, though, because it seems gimmicky, even though they do have the 1 gig down.
I can see that. Thank you for the super chat.
Shout out to Schnages. Sir X-Man says he's been out driving around with the Xbox Preview Stream app instead of the xCloud. Oh, we haven't messed up. We were literally just talking about the Xbox streaming app.
Yeah, we're setting that up
this.
right now, actually. Destiny had a few hiccups around power lines, but worked great everywhere, even store. Interesting.
Yeah.
Distari Technologies, thank you for the super chat as well. NVIDIA GeForce Now had better results in beta. Yes, it did. That's another one that isn't brought up in the conversation enough. We're guilty for not even mentioning it, but that is a thing.
Bo says, any chance for some Game Ranks merch in the new year?
Bo's in the house.
Yeah.
Bo's in the house.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing next year.
Andrew and I were again talking about that yesterday.
You go-getters.
And then the Fancy Filmmaker says,
put us in charge. Put us in charge.
What's a game that came out this year or last year that deserved more love? For them, it was Hitman 2, which I agree. I loved that game.
Yeah, I like
could
that.
not get into Hitman 2, just like how I couldn't get into the Hitman 1.
That's such a bummer.
It is, because I'm a huge Hitman fan. From the first one, on, I loved all of them. I just couldn't. I wasn't into it.
I love the new one so much.
I wish I did. I don't dislike it.
And
from last year, I don't know. This year, I like A Plague Tale: Innocence. I want more people to play that, even though it's starting to get some recognition in the Game Awards.
I really
want
to play that.
Also, Jared Nicholson, thank you for the super chat. He said he gave 420 Canadian. That's funny.
Hell yeah.
He said thoughts on the best Halo Reach, coming to PC.
Yeah, it is the best Halo.
We got to play it. Tom and I got to touch it.
It feels weird with a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, but it
looks
like
really good.
A faithful, good. Bringing it to the Master Chief Collection.
I'll play it again.
Yeah, it was playable. It was good. There's not really too much to say about it.
The controls are weird because it was back before there was ADS in Halo games.
They also kept some of the mapping that was the mapping of Reach, I believe.
Yeah.
Similar, and I didn't change it. I just wanted to see how they had it set up.
Right mouse is just looking through your binoculars, which is really fucking weird. But other than that, seems like a pretty good port. And then Raincloud says Uplay Plus on Stadia.
Oh, God.
Winky face.
I forgot that they have their own thing, too. Did that launch?
What?
The Uplay subscription service?
No, not yet.
No?
No. Not yet.
There's different, right?
That's a new one. Rauf HD says Shitadia sucks. I didn't realize Stadia was going to get like that, but here we are.
Oh, and Claude Nick 2 says...
Oh, God, we got Jeffrey Grubb in here.
Oh, fucking
Why is he in here? Watching our bad show.
Well, he invites me to be on his bad show, so
shout out to the Games Beat podcast.
Shout out to all of our Games Beat Decides, where you will occasionally get to see dumb idiots like me talk about our bad opinions on video games.
It's a good pitch.
But yeah, he says you just activated Google Voice on my phone. Well,
I think hey Google. Oh, shit. Sorry.
Jake. But yeah, what do you guys want to talk about?
Next up, we should move into news stories.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
What was that Star Wars one that you were bringing up before?
Yeah, the first one. Somebody asked about how Star Wars is actually doing, and we have at least some inkling on that now. So, thanks to Business Wire, who reports that Jedi Fallen Order is the fastest selling digital launch for any Star Wars game ever, which is mega tight if you're rooting for corporations, which I'm not. I'm just saying for single player games. It is also EA's fastest selling Star Wars title on PC within the launch window, which is also interesting. I think that's definitely a testament to PC gaming still very much being on the rise.
There's some wild mods already for.
I saw them. Yeah, there's one that makes Cal Kestis less ginger, which I was like, is that racist? Is that racist?
It's a bit weird.
Sure. But it's interesting because of course it's everyone says, see, EA now single player games are good and you should make more of them. That's obviously the first thing to jump for. I do want to also shout out Daniel Ahmad on Twitter, who is at ZHugeEX. You guys have probably seen his analyst tweets before.
He's usually putting out some really good stuff over there.
Yeah, so he said, for reference, Battlefront from 2015 shipped 13 million units during its holiday launch quarter. Battlefront 2 from 2017 shipped 9 million units during its holiday launch quarter. Both combined games have now sold 33 million units lifetime to date. So Jedi Fallen Order is still expected to come in slightly lower than Battlefront 2 in unit sales, but he said it could have a long-term better tail just because of word of mouth and good reviews and good user reviews and stuff like that. So I think it's good at least. I mean, like obviously, like people don't want EA to get more money, but it's another win for Respawn for making a good game.
I mean, I want to get more Star Wars single-player games.
They could very much make a sequel to this game, and I think now that they have a little bit of like a financial backing to it, like a financial backbone to it, then that could be a thing.
Yeah,
it's set up for it.
Definitely.
Kind of, without spoiling anything. Dylan Blood, thank you for the super chat. Says Fallen Order is so good despite performance issues.
Yeah,
yes,
I was willing.
The worst thing of the game.
We were talking about that yesterday. How we're all kind of willing to look past those performance issues.
Yeah,
because
it has
of how
some of the most fucked up issues I've played. Like in like a big bunch of for me, you had a really good experience, but like I have had multiple times. Like anytime there's a big cutscene, I said yesterday, it's like it changes to the cutscene framing, and then someone off screen just yells "Places, everyone!" and then all the models have to zip into place for them to be there while like a Wookiee talks at them or something.
Yeah, that's borked.
There's definitely some things that I didn't expect to see from an EA published AAA like game. Like, I'm like, oh, that's rough, but it's really good, so I kind of don't care. Like,
there's also things I didn't expect to see from an EA game, like where like story oftentimes seems like it still comes first.
Yeah.
There was like one avenue of the game where I was like, oh, it seems like they ran out of time and there could have been one more act here. But otherwise, good.
I'm going to put on my shitty internet commenter hat and ask this question. Does it feel like you both finished the game?
Yeah.
Does it feel complete, or does it feel like I forget what game it was, but it's like the DLC will be the actual end of the game?
No, it feels like the end.
Yeah, it feels like the end.
All right, cool. I like to hear that.
It does not pull an Alan Wake.
Jesus Christ.
Or Fallout 3.
Zach Mann says, does it make you feel like a Jedi? Like the meme where every reviewer says Spider-Man makes you feel like Spider-Man. It doesn't make you feel... I mean, it makes you feel like a Jedi, but it makes you...
pretty badass.
It makes you feel badass in the right ways, but it also doesn't overpower you. Like just looking at Cal Kestis' powers... I think a lot of other Jedis and people, Force users, can kick his ass.
Yeah, he's very much still a Padawan.
Can I share an unpopular video game opinion right now? I think the best implementation of the Force in a video game this year was in Control.
I actually,
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
Even the way it sounded.
Really yeah. The Force is a weird thing in games.
That's not how the Force works.
I thought it was absolutely the worst and I know Force Unleashed has a lot of fans, but I don't think they did a good job of showing it. It was like this weird blue pulse. I think it's stupid.
The Great Cat live stream says, I'd literally be running through an area on Dathomir and enemies would T-pose into position.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
While also yelling, let's get him.
Jeffrey Grubb in chat says, Farming Simulator 19 and Tomb Raider Definitive Edition coming to Stadia Pro in December.
I just got that email.
Yeah, me too.
How cool is Grease?
Grease is a great Star Wars character. Seer is a good character. The Inquisitors are represented very well.
Yo, everyone's yelling about Baby Yoda. No one's yelling about BD1.
BD1 is great.
Yeah.
You learn some, just play the game.
I'm going to try and finish it.
Braden V says Need for Speed Heat, also a really good recent EA game, and I will give you that. I think so too. And everybody thought I was kind of weird and crazy. Catching up with some super chat as well. Jojo Kim, thank you for the super chat. He says, do you think EA is going to take advantage of the good release and botch the sequel? I don't know. I have no idea. If you just wanted me to be a cynical YouTube asshole, I'd be like, yeah, yes they are. They ruin everything, but I don't know. I don't have any insight.
Some other super chats. Calligraphy says, "Can someone please pick up that water bottle?" I did.
Thank you, Tom.
I also picked up this glove.
I'll wear it.
A good one from Trending Tech that I wanted to get to that didn't want to get buried.
Shout out to him.
It's my
he says, "I'm really thinking about getting a Nintendo Switch on Black Friday. Would you recommend it now that the new and improved version is out?" Yeah, the battery life on that thing is really good. Like that new Switch?
I would 100% recommend that.
Yeah, and I think all of the bundles that are out there for Black Friday are that new unit, so you could just buy it
Also,
safely.
if you want to buy our review unit of the Nintendo Switch Lite, just PayPal me $180.
You still, you don't want that thing?
And review, and Nintendo didn't send it to us. I bought it at the store. So
you went to Best Buy first thing in the morning.
No.
It's not corrupt.
Jake came home from Best Buy with this tiny box with a yellow Switch in it.
Yeah.
Because Jake finally found his missing Switch.
Yeah. I'm
hiding behind his PlayStation.
Ring Fit Adventure, here I come.
I can't wait.
We didn't do it before you buy on that.
Do you see there's like a whole JRPG bit in that game?
Yeah.
Like I read a story, I don't know who it was. Someone tweeted like, yeah, my wife was playing it and then got up to this and it was just like, I'm done.
So what if for our end of the year stream, we just get rid of that table and you and I sit on the couch and bullshit while Jake stands there and plays.
Thank you, Blue Jay.
That's fine.
And plays Ring Fit Adventure.
That's fine, as long as I ain't got to play it. I don't want to touch that.
Jason Branscombe says, if you could only pick one release from November to December, what would it be?
Wait, what?
If you could only pick one game, like let's say you could buy only one game.
From what?
Like from November.
From November to.
Oh, November, December. So from like anything out now to the end of the year, if you had to recommend people one game to buy, what would it be?
One?
Yeah.
Death Stranding just to troll everybody. No,
I don't know,
probably
man.
Star Wars.
Yeah,
I think Star Wars.
If you like Star Wars, then definitely.
Not just that, but I think
fucking hate Star Wars.
No, but even like it being a Star Wars game, like putting that aside, like I think it's just like a good video game.
Yeah.
You know, like it's fun. It has like I really like the Uncharted style, like platforming. Like I love stuff like that, and it just has a lot of elements that come from other games. Yeah, but what game now doesn't? And it does a really good job with like kind of making like this greatest hits type of like.
I agree.
With game mechanics, and it's just like you get a little bit of everything, and it like scratches a certain itch. And it was like I finished it, and I was like, man, I wish there were like one more thing. Like I kind of wish there was something else. Like
yeah.
Like I'm not ready to be done with this game yet. But I am.
Well, that was very well said.
Yes.
2C, thank you for the super chat. He clarifies that the Black Friday Switch is actually the old model.
I just Googled it and I found multiple articles that say that it is the updated one because they stopped making the old models.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who knows?
So honestly, what that says
Do your
is
research
before you
Look
buy.
at the SKU on the back.
Look
of
it up. Yeah,
Yeah.
be careful. Don't just buy willy-nilly. All right, next news I would like to talk about is Fable 4. Fable, one of my favorite Western RPG franchises of all time.
Check out this ugly
Jesus
trailer for
Christ.
Fable 2.
Yeah, Fable 2 was rough.
Do you remember the last time we talked about Fable on the show, and I forgot that Fable 3 existed?
Oh, and then I also used that Fable like on-rail shooter trailer.
Do you remember that time I got on a plane and went all the way to London because I thought they were going to announce Fable 4? Anyway.
For your birthday?
So Fable 4
Oh, he looks jacked
has
up.
possibly Fable 4 has possibly gotten some concept art leaks. Thanks to
I would show you the concept art, but the video
I forgot about the dog.
exported did not import properly into Streamlabs.
We also don't want to show them because I believe that one of the original Twitter threads or the Resetera thread has been taken down.
Oh,
Yes.
never mind. All for the best.
Brazilian concept artist Rodrigo Idolino on ArtStation. That's where it was down. That's where, okay. These are two pieces of concept art that look like a Fable-type adventure. They feature like a piratey looking woman. Not surprisingly, probably she looked like she could be ripped from something like Fable 3 or that canceled Fable Legends game. And one of the concept arts also has a little watermark on the bottom for Playground Games, the developers behind Forza Horizon, who have been long pretty much suggested and heavily rumored that they're working on the Fable game. So there you have it. I'm sorry we cannot show it. We don't want to get copyrighted, but
go on Twitter and search it, and you'll probably be able to find it.
Yeah, search Fable concept art. That's where it'll be.
I'm also pretty sure it's almost. I'm pretty sure it's on the front page of IGN right now too.
Yeah. So that's a thing. I think this game is absolutely a thing. It's an inevitability at this point.
It has to be, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I would expect it to be somewhat of a reboot.
Yeah. Do you think they're gonna call it Fable 4?
No.
Either just gonna call it Fable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Fable, like
Fable. We're trying
colon something.
Fable.
Yeah.
Fable. Peter Molyneux who?
Yeah, exactly. This time we're doing all the things that we're saying we're doing in the game.
Remember Milo?
Is this called Fable Acorn?
Remember when we let Peter Molyneux, instead of making a new Fable game, just talk to a virtual child with his Kinect?
Yeah, and I never even got to see that boy in real life. That never even came out.
That shit blew my mind.
Yeah.
When that first came out, I was like, wow, this is the future. And then the future never happened. Instead, we got the Cybertruck.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Which is not a slight to the Cybertruck. I want one.
That is really all there really is to say about that.
Oh, yeah. I thought you said we were done.
But I do want to talk about a little something called Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Hell.
Say it with me. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
You already see footage from the worst Tony Hawk game?
What happened to
Wait. No one talked.
Did it go away again? I was at a YouTube.
Really?
Game.
That's where you went to? Not
Not Superman?
Spokesman?
Superman?
Yeah, I don't know. I like Spokesman just as much as Superman. Is that okay?
It's a very good song, but...
I forgot I edited it. I forgot I did that. I put that in the before you buy.
Fat Boy 19.
Oh, boy. They had this game play. So where was I? I was at the
YouTube gaming
the
thing.
YouTube Gaming Summit. And in the hotel bar, they had a little console set up, and they had games. And what game was on it? Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5.
5?
Yeah. So I went there, and I pushed aside all the fucking Minecraft YouTubers, and I wrecked them in this game. And I was like, this game's bad, and I'll still beat you all. It felt good, because any other time I'm with people like that in a room, they all beat me if it's like Smash or something, but I was like, this is my one time.
Oh, you mean like we went to that St. Jude thing?
It's the only thing Jake's good at.
Like we went to that St. Jude thing,
That
and we
Switch
just got
YouTuber took like $40
to
from me, like on bets.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'll bet money. I'm going to lose.
We were playing Smash cash games.
Wait, what? Why would you do that?
I don't know, because I was trying to be nice. I was like, yeah, sure, kid, I'll play you for money.
You know you're going to lose.
Yeah, but I didn't want to be an asshole.
And they were like, yo, and they kept trying to goad me into it. And I was like, Jake, put money down. I'll Venmo you.
Yeah, that was fun. So anyway, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 is bad. That's the news. No, it's not. There are new rumors floating around that Activision is once again doing some Tony Hawk stuff. So a person, a leaker, an insider, if you will, by the name of Sabby, who has leaked things before, has reported that there are prototypes of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remastered circling the rounds of Activision internally, which is bad because those are remasters of the worst two games. Unpopular opinion. Now people would say, Jake, why would you say that?
Wait, what games?
1 and 2.
2?
Okay,
Really? You
so
say 2 is
People
bad?
would say, Jake, why would you do that? And I'd say, well, because they're incomplete games.
Because it wasn't a complete game until Tony Hawk 4.
Which I will say, I'll even give it 3 because 3 gave the revert. So 4, I agree 4.
Once you get the spine transfer, you have the full set of tools.
I heard Tony Hawk in person with my own eyes and my own ears. I got to see him say that he prefers 3 and 4 because the revert and the spine transfer made the game feel complete.
Yes,
so
he did.
Even Tony Hawk thinks that. So there's a thing. So that's the news, is that 1 and 2 remastered is floating around. But there was also murmurs a couple of months ago where a famous real-life pro skater went on record saying, oh yeah, I did work on the new Tony Hawk game. They're making a new one.
Do you think if they remaster them, though, that they're going to remaster them to the extent of not adding
Which
that
is
stuff
wild, because
That
they
would be great.
already remastered 1.
Yeah, and it wasn't good.
But like, don't you think they would put in the revert and spine
I would like to think so.
Hey, guess
And
what?
then- and then I'll say it was great.
One? I think they did put the revert into that 1 remaster.
It's bad that I can't remember because I didn't really like it. I don't think they did.
You'd think that they would, just as like how video games work now, like putting out a game that controls like it feels dated immediately.
But think about it, because like people who like Tony Hawk, as one myself, I will say, are fucking crazy people. So they would be like, "Oh,
this
it's
has
not
the
a
revert.
pure,
I'm not playing it."
Yeah,
it's
I'm
not
real
a
picky like
pure
that.
experience."
Yeah, I think they'd be wise to do some sort of Tony Hawk Ultimate type thing, which is a
greatest hits,
a PC fan movement where it's essentially all the mechanics.
Oh, Thug Pro.
Thug Pro, that's what I meant. Thug Pro, which is a PC thing that fans put together, and it's essentially most of the content cobbled together from all the games in like the better gameplay engines. And I think Activision should do something like that.
Another thing, like the reason why I wouldn't want that, Andrew, is because you'd have to rework the level challenges, because a lot of those level challenges aren't difficult if you have those extra tools.
Yeah. I just wonder if
it's a weird balancing act. So
yeah, no, I know. I could see it going either way.
Jake, where do they send their glitch clips? We see a bunch. There have been several people.
If you go to the most recent Friday show, there's a glitch link for Jedi Fallen Order. So if you have Jedi Fallen Order, go to the most recent Friday show. It's on the playlist on the channel. It's in the description. There's a link for it. It's like in all caps. It says, submit glitches here. People say that Skate is better. I don't think Skate's better.
I prefer the arcadey version.
I think they're two
simulation version.
very different games, and they're hard to compare.
Also, Charlie Peterson says skateboarding is cringe as shit. Get out of here, man. What are you, a cop?
It's funny. We feel the same about you.
Oh! Boom, roasted. So the thing is, the other interesting thing to point out about Tony Hawk is that Tony Hawk, publicly what we know is that Tony Hawk and Activision have split. But who knows? They could have formed a new agreement. I kind of may have heard that he is working on something. Don't know what though. He also.
Did he tell you with?
It's gonna be another iPhone
his
game.
own ears?
No, but I was
remember that?
I was in the room afterwards. But he also most recently put his face and name on Tony Hawk mobile game.
Yeah, he just said that.
Yeah, and that shit's bad.
Yeah.
That's not good.
I'd like to lend you my phone so you can play it.
Yeah.
Because it was only on iOS when it came out, right?
Yeah. Colin Williams just came in and must have been like, why is Jake wearing a glove? I don't know. I found it on the floor.
I found it on the floor.
Let's move on.
What else? I think we covered everything, Jake.
No, get that last story.
You want to talk about VR?
I don't know. You're the VR man.
Oh, I didn't know about this story. What's up?
So this is the one about Xbox Scarlet not focusing on VR because Phil Harrison said nobody's asking for it.
Phil Harrison?
Phil Harrison? Who did I say?
You said Phil Harrison.
Yeah.
Oh,
Phil
it's not
Spencer.
Phil Harrison at all. No, it's Phil Spencer. Jesus Christ. Sorry, thank you for that. I'm shot. Phil Spencer said, here's the quote, "We're not responding to what our customers are asking for, and nobody..." Oh, he says, "We're responding to what our customers are asking for, and nobody's asking for VR." He says, "The vast majority of our customers know that if they want a VR experience, there's places to get those. We see volumes of those on PC and other places." So I don't look at him as like shitting on VR. I see him as just going, nah.
Yeah, he said that no one's moving enough units for us to even consider doing it.
Yeah, he said nobody's talking about millions.
Yeah.
No, nobody's selling millions and millions of VR units. I think we might get there eventually, but yeah, not where our focus is. This is a fun thing that people have been kind of like running around with all day on the internet. You know, like if you're like playing sides in some console thing or team VR, team not VR. But I think it just shows their focus right now for the next gen consoles.
Yep.
I think it's interesting that Sony is sticking with it.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Like it's very much like one of two. It's like a tale of two cities.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah. That's really it. Anything to add?
I just got my my USB the USB-C cable that works with the Quest and the USB-C extender that works with the Quest. So now I'm gonna fuck with the Oculus Link beta this weekend.
Oh yeah.
And everything I'm reading says that it is like it works so well that this should make some Rift S purchasers like grumpy.
Yeah, I could see that.
But like the thing I read today, and I forgot who put it out, but they did say that there is like there is something different because playing Beat Saber on Quest and then playing Beat Saber through Link, something felt different, and it took them like a song to like get used to it.
Oh, interesting.
So like there was some sort of input lag, and then they did make sure to say, don't forget this is a beta. It's still technically in beta, so who knows what's going to change, but not input lag. Like I said, it read as though like they didn't want to use that term.
Yeah.
It read as though like something just felt different, but nothing like game breaking. Like very much like it works, and it works exactly as advertised. Like,
you guys want to know how you know the Quest is the best headset?
Is it sold out again?
No, it's the only one that Oculus isn't putting on sale for Black Friday.
Oh, really?
That's how you know it's good shit.
Yeah. I was on the Oculus subreddit, and there are some Rift S users that are like a little salty, and I get it, but like...
Yeah.
I remember because I originally bought the Rift S, and I returned it for the Quest, and I was like, man, if I could just plug this thing into my computer and just have it work as a Rift S, like this would be like the greatest piece of VR tech ever, and now like it is, and I'm like,
so guys, think about
very
buying one.
excited. Yeah, I think you'd love it, Tom. Like
you're gonna like the way you look.
Yeah,
I guarantee it.
I want to bring it in soon here because I get here like 2 hours before you guys. I want to bring it in soon and play like almost room scale, super hot.
Fucking do it. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good shit. Sir X-Man, thank you for the super chat.
Thank you.
I tried to play it in this room, and this room was not big enough.
For what?
Super hot.
Yeah.
Also, Dylan Blood catching up. Thank you for the super chat, guys. Let's wrap this up.
Yes.
So, thank you guys for watching. We're here every 4 p.m. East Coast time on Tuesdays, live. If you missed some of this video, you can watch it on our main channel page. It'll be uploaded later on, unlisted there in a playlist. Go there. I'm Jake Baldino. This is Andrew Gebbia. This is Tom Johnson. You can find us on Twitter if you look up those things.
At Jake Baldino, at Andrew Gebbia, at that Tom Johnson, or right there down below.
Wow, look at that. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the chat. Thank you for keeping the conversation going, and also thank you for the super chat for helping us keep the lights on. We really appreciate that shit. We will see you guys
next week.
We will see you next week. Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Bye.